All right, I'm ready for the What on earth? What is that around your waist?
My running bells.
Your running bells?
Yeah, running bells.
What is that all about?
Oh. Yesterday when you said we were going to do a video today, you said it was going to be on running bells.
I didn't say running bells.
Yeah.
I said running belts.
Belts? Running belts? What is that? That doesn't make sense. Running bells. That makes sense. You know, people can hear you when you're coming. Like,
No, running belts, like for carrying stuff and oh man. What kind of bells are those anyway? That's like sleigh bells or something. Oh brother, you know what? We gotta redo this. Hey guys, Pete here from sportconsumer.com, and I'm doing a bit of a trail run. And while I'm doing the trail run, I am wearing a belt. It's a running belt, and yeah, I do need it to have my valuables in, like keys and a few other little trinkets. Now you guys, if you're watching this video, you probably know what a running belt is, but there's an outside chance that some of you might not know what a running belt is. In a nutshell, a running belt is something that allows you to store small items like keys and other valuables, maybe even water bottles, depending on the style you get. And some of them are very gender specific. So we're going to talk a little bit about what to look for when you're buying a running belt. You could just go online and on Google and type running belts, but what you'll find is a bunch of companies that want to sell you a running belt, but they're not going to tell you anything really about it other than a sales pitch. And you know what a sales pitch is? It's just going to tell you the greatest thing about every one, and it really doesn't put you any further ahead. So I'm going to try to give you some actionable information you can use when you're looking for a running belt. Okay, some of the things you're looking for when you're looking for a running belt, you're going to want to look for comfort. Obviously, if it's not comfortable, then you're not even going to want to wear it. All right, then you're looking for quality, and if it's made for running, probably the quality is pretty decent. All right, so I'm not too worried about the quality if it's made specifically for running. You're also looking for storage size. Does it have enough room for the things that you are looking to store? And also safety. Does it have reflective strips? Now, a lot of other things you're wearing probably have reflective strips on it, maybe your shirt or your shoes, but the more the better, I say. And last of all, you're going to be looking for the looks. Does it look decent, or is it big and bulky and ugly? I know there's some vanity involved, I get it. So we'll be looking at some specific belts that incorporate some of those qualities, and hopefully we'll find the best one for you. All right, gang, so here is the deal with some of the styles of running belts. What you're looking at here is a traditional sort of a fanny pack kind of a thing. All right, it's a fairly thick or wide, I should say deep belt, and it's kind of comfortable. I like this one. It is comfortable for me, but it has the potential of just having too much stuff in it and bringing it out really wide, and so that it flops up and down on your body. And it's not stretchy at all, so you got to keep it really tight. So anyway, it has its drawbacks. It's not totally meant for running, but it's probably it's definitely the most common one out there. Not exactly the best looking, but the newer ones that are made for running are getting better, that are of this style. Right? Another one I have here is, it's kind of, it's actually not really meant for storage. This particular one is just a bib belt, right? So it's got these two clips here and here, and that's meant to hold your race bib. So it's a race belt. There are other race belts that do have some storage capability as well, but I'm showing you the ones that I've purchased over the last couple of years and that I own. Another one is called a tube belt, and that is this one. Now, I mean, I'm not super thrilled with the color. It's kind of like one of these things that should probably be worn by a hot chick with a white top or something. It would go much better than with me. But I do like the idea of it because it's very stretchy, and yet when I'm wearing it, it actually feels like I'm not wearing it at all, for real. The only catch with this one is that while it's thick enough to put a cell phone in, the holes to put your stuff in, which are all around the perimeter of it, they are not exactly big enough to put a cell phone in. They're really only good for things like for example, you could have like sugar pills if you're a diabetic, or an inhaler. They are good for keys, but anything bigger, cell phones are a stretch, literally and figuratively, to try to get in there. So there are other styles. There's I mentioned a race belt that has some room for other stuff, which is a great combination between the bib holder I mentioned earlier, this one here, and a storage sort of a belt. Okay, so there are other styles of belts, like for example, there's a pouch style, which is really not a belt. It's kind of like a fanny pack, but without the straps, and it's meant to strap on to other items of clothing, a belt that you already have, or I don't really even know, some other way. I don't know that much about it because I have never touched one, and honestly I wouldn't even suggest it. It's by far my least favorite. All right, we don't even review them on our website. The other style that we actually really like is a water bottle belt, right? Your little water bottles kind of fit into your belt like a holster, and I actually don't own one. The reason I don't own one is because I do a lot of 5K runs. I don't do really anything. I've done a few 10Ks, but I'm not a marathon or a half marathon or anything like that. So my hydration can happen pretty easily in before and after my 5K run. So I don't wear a bottle belt, but I do kind of like them. I like the idea of them, and certainly if I went on any longer run, I would have one of those as well. Okay, so here's another belt. This is the one I'm wearing right now. Actually, I just took it off my waist. You can see I got the keys going in here. Can't do it right now. Anyway, this is an excellent, but this is the one I wear most of the time. It's sort of a takeoff off the old fanny pack, only it's far more narrow front to back. It almost doesn't exist. It looks like a regular belt. It's not very big top to bottom. Now the good news about that is that it really feels like you're wearing virtually nothing when you're running. It fits nice close to your body. The bad news is that it doesn't fit a lot. I can't even fit my cell phone in here. They've got, you can have some sort of music player that kind of fits. Really, unless you got an iPod Shuffle from way back, then I'm not sure what you'd put in there other than maybe just a dedicated little tiny music player of some kind. But it's great for my keys, and I bring something to raise my blood sugar. I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I gotta have something when I'm running, but that's perfect for me. All right, guys, thank you very much for checking out our humble little YouTube channel, sportconsumer.com. If you guys have found any use at all in this information about running belts, hopefully you've found some information that will help you find the right belt for you, please do give us a like and a subscribe. That would be wonderful. I would be grateful from my heart to you. You'll notice I didn't recommend any particular belts just because they change every year. The best belts that we recommend will change annually, and so you can find out what those specific recommendations are. We do a more in-depth review of each particular belt that we review or that we recommend on sportconsumer.com. Check that out whenever you like, and we'll look forward to seeing you on this channel next time. Take care. There are other styles. Here, we don't want that thing. Okay, so there are...